I'm really grateful to some of the sort of like game players or whatever in their thing because they gave me really a lot of the things they said turned to be a great hook to like talk about something. It's not I'm making fun of them or for doing that. It gave me something to like constantly refer to that makes a good point about something in a weird way. The guy who was like, like I just someone says a guy like he's so smart, it's like he's crazy. One of the interesting things is that I came here like fucking traumatized from everything that happens, all bugged out anyway. But wait a minute, what's actually happening is the people in all the institutions and the universities and stuff. Those are sick, dumb people. It was what you're actually like hearing with me. Let's say is actually an educated person, but there's something else going on. You have to understand, like, if you were reading the Facebook pages like long before we got to town, because you're like hackers are into it. It's interesting, right? What was it? See, why did I have a limitless amount? This is something very important about objectivism. Why do I have a limitless amount of certain kinds of material all the time? Where's that coming from? Is it creating this stuff like infinitely, these strange things? Here's the thing, it's very important to come into reality. The people who like, I don't know, the books you can buy in a store, like written by, some crazed atheist like Kike and this and that, and this and what's in the universities and everyone in the economic institutions and everything. Listen to me, they can't think conceptually. I want to tell you what that means, though, because I went and talked about how you form a concept, okay? So it's not that, like, that's how an educated person would think. But they're not, they're dumb, like, sick people in all our institutions. But that's probably part of this thing with, like, why do they, like, burn certain people, put them in gas chambers? I mean, because it's the idea that we're unaware, the magnitude of the problem, that there's, like, sick, dumb people. But see, I'm not, like, so smart, I'm, like, I'm crazy, but why do they kind of make, like, seem that way? I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you how the Facebook page is constructed. So you understand how to construct a concept, and then when you have a concept, like, or a number of concepts you're working off of, that they're just, a bunch of them, and you just can have a limitless amount of material, Here's the thing. This is how you form a concept, like, which I know because, like, I grew up around people who build corporations and stuff. Okay, here's the thing. It's how it works, okay? So when I was at school, right, there was like endless material that was like really funny that got me called by security officers. Okay, this was my concept, okay, right? But you have to form the concept first, and then there's a limitless amount you can do with it. So right, I thought, okay, it'd be fun to go. We should go back to what I think I put it up on my Facebook page the other day. Right. Well, okay, you're talking about taking two elements of reality and integrating them, okay? But you see, like, see, a rationalist would say some things don't go together. They must be so sick. That's why they're not successful, that's why they're losers, that's why they have ugly wives, that's why they don't know how to pick up a girl in a bar, like, it's why they're so sick. It's this, okay? Here's this, why they look the way they do. Look at a passive intellectual on your newscast. You notice something like their distorted personalities. They look like pale and sick, right? Okay. And here's the thing. Right? So I need a concept so I can like harass the people at the school and be funny. I know I wasn't. I know they were also doing your spying thing at the school. Those were my friends. So okay, there's a couple things I want to integrate. Okay. One, I like Chomsky. Okay. Two, I like Eminem. Okay. Okay, now wait a minute. So why don't I take? Okay, how about this? We'll take Chomsky and Eminem. Okay, but also give it like a Dr. Seuss like feel. So like put all that together. It's like a cartoon. Okay, so I'm working off of the serious, awareness that Chomsky has, which my father had, or anyone who lives in reality like knows that stuff. I mean, they about propaganda and stuff. But right? Okay, so what? That's the serious. That's what's called. Okay, the concept there. Okay, that's what's called a megatext. Okay, so in other words, like Chomsky's my megatext, and it was my actual the base. Like if you write a science fiction book, okay, it could be about anything, this and that. But wait, there's always a megatext. Okay, like Jurassic Park, like dinosaurs and everything. But wait a minute, he does have a megatext. That is to say, he like was in medical school. And he knows about genetics, Okay, so like DNA and genetics, like that like whatever probably some textbook on that is actually the mega text, but then he turns it into like an amusement park and dinosaurs, and then it becomes a story. But he's working off a mega text. Okay, something that's already written. That's called plagiarism. Be thrown out of school for that. Where'd you get these ideas? Okay, so it's a mega text. Okay, so my mega text was everything Chomsky's ever said. Like tons of books. Oh, that's the other thing too. Plagiarism. Like tons of stuff Chomsky said that I can like put in. Okay. Then I have Eminem. I listen to Eminem. What are the things you only talk about inside your living room? Now stop. Here's the point. Okay. Part of it also is that we just gone through the Bush years and so forth and everything. And I was okay. Hold on. Obama was in office. Okay. Now here's the thing. Here's the Dr. Seuss part of the concept, okay? Right. Now, who doesn't want health care, and who doesn't want people helped, and who thinks it's okay to bomb people, Well, here's what I'm about to work. This is what the concept of satire, okay? The concept of satire is when you get a point about something by exaggerating its characteristics in like a Dr. Seuss way. Okay, right. So who doesn't like Obama, right? Well, someone who's like a Republican, right? But what's interesting is, right, I mean, if you said, well, free trade harms people, they'll make an argument for free trade. Wait a minute. Okay, what if you were to exaggerate that? What would that look like, but working off that megatext and bringing in, like, things you only talk about inside your living room? Okay, right. What it would be like is this, right? Well, what do all these countries want? Capital controls, and, control of their own economy, right? So capital controls. Oh, and it has to have a Dr. Seuss quality. It would be scary, right? Capital controls. No one controls capital, and no one puts baby in the corner. Okay? The only way to keep goods out of your market that I'm aware of is to come to the water and shoot at the boats. Okay? If you can't do that, then get the fuck out of the way and let us do business. Okay? There's a limitless amount of that stuff. Now, wait a minute, but you got to keep it Dr. Seuss-y, otherwise it sounds scary, right? Okay, right. At which point I say, right. That's why we say, no more llamas. Put up a picture of a llama. No more of these llamas. And, of course, no more Obamas. I mean, let's keep it Dr. Seuss-y, okay? I'm bringing together a bunch of elements that don't usually go together, okay? But once you figure out that concept, there's a limitless amount of this shit you can write. I've got all my Chomsky books. I listen to Eminem anyway, and I'm exaggerating in a Dr. Seuss way someone who didn't like Obama. Send me a real black man. I mean, it's a type of the health exchange. I only exchange voluntarily and only if I like the deal. Do you understand, America? I read The Audacity of Bullshit. What does it say? Looking up at the paintings of the founding fathers and gazing at the wise men. What a sellout. Send me a real black man. If I was from another planet, and I was on the other planet, and they said there was a black president, this is not what I would conceptualize. Part of the problem is I understand Obama's concept. Bush, I got the concept. American Revolution. Even had hair looked like George Washington for a while, but grew his hair to look like George Washington. But Obama, I don't get his concept. Wait, is he just a regular person that the people elected? Mother of God. No more llamas. I mean no more Obamas. I'm a kind of a person who gets llamas and Obamas confused. They're not just different because they have different letters, But why do it's not that I think I don't confuse them. It's probably the fact that they sound similar. I mean, this is like called satire. Okay, but I'm saying I get a limitless amount of this shit once I formed the concept